Well, hey, tubers, I'm getting my 86 200X back together again since the accident. Anyway, it was pretty messed up for those of you who follow my channel. The frame was bent pretty good, the fork tubes were bent, foot peg down there was bent, and the left rear axle was really bent. So I'm going to show you today how I straightened everything. So stay tuned. Well, tubers, let's go for a ride. I'm going to go get what I used for a frame rack, and I'll show you how I set that all up to straighten everything. Now, for you folks that don't know, the three-wheeler was in a crash. We were in a toy hauler. It crashed on a highway, and it was all bent to crap. And I had to figure out a way to bend everything back and put it together, so I'm going to show you one of the tools I used for that here. And there's my frame rack. So let's get this guy up to the shop. You're gonna get a kick out of this one, folks. So now we'll set the parking brake here. Then we gotta have the bucket about 6 inches up. So let's continue. So I picked up the seat on eBay, and that fuel tank came from California. It was pristine. Yeah, they don't give that stuff away, but that way I can put it on, call it a day. Now on the front here, if you look carefully, it still has to go this way, about 1/4 inch. It drives out just fine, but I'm going to show you how I anchored it and we pushed with the porta-puller. And one other thing I'd like to point out is I already did push this over considerably along with that headlight guard. I can show you a pre-shot of that. But I started with the frame, and really I should have did the tubes first, because then your judgment's off a little bit. So that was really, really bent bad up here. You can, I'm sure, see that from them photos that I'll include. Okay, folks, the porta-power hides down at this end. We'll get him out. And actually I bought this guy here back in the 70s when I was big into the body shop business. And actually this was, list price was $1,004 back then. Now you buy the China ones, they're what, $100? But it comes with all kinds of neat accessories. This is your main ram. You can reverse tug with this guy here, screwing them onto here, there's threads. And you got a mini ram, which develops a lot of force. And here's the wedgie. This is the one I most use. It comes in really handy for tight areas where you can't get either one of them. And then there's all kinds of pads where I glued this on that one, and that's what I'll be using today. And this rubber one here is what I'll be using today. And then also pulling clamps where you can tighten these up on stuff and actually pull with this guy. I don't know all kinds of accessories. This thing, as you can tell, it has had a lot of use. Hi, lady.
Hi.
Whoa.
Yum.
So, this is the stuff we need here. We'll set that up in a loader bucket. Now, these pieces are all different lengths here. And depending on, so you can get far enough with the piston ram travel. So you got all different lengths. It's just like a, oh, what are them blocks you all put together? Remember the
Legos?
Legos, that's it, yeah. Anyway, okay, so we'll get started setting this up. But first we're going to put some chains on, so. Okay. Chains are over here hiding. These are the good strength ones. They're the high tempered steel, so they don't bust. So, let's see what we got here. Okay. And here's one I think that's way too long. We'll use him, and we'll use him another time. So, alright. Now, where it's a square tubing frame, you can't just put a chain around this. You're going to bend it all to crap. So here's what I'm going to use, the chunk of angle iron, which I'm going to duct tape there so the chain don't fall off. And we got to have a lower anchor point here to go under the bucket to hold the machine down while we're pushing up. So, let's see if I can get this in here. Yeah. How's that look, folks? Okay, let's do a duct tape so he don't decide to take off when I'm not watching. Okay. Now this has got to, like I said, it's got to go underneath here. So we got a down pull, and I might have to slide the front end over even just a tad more. There, now it should reach. So I'm going to go underneath here, and I got two 4x4 blocks under here in case the hydraulics would fail, so the bucket don't come down on your hand. There. No. This has got to be as low as possible. This one, and we got a grade 8 bolt here that I'm popping on for that. There, takes care of that. Today we are hoping to hear the voice of the elusive nuthatch, which has never been heard before. And where this is your strongest part, where you have the welds and stuff right here, we're not worried about this. We're worried about that. So I'm gonna hook through here on this guy, and I already tied up the wires and stuff. You sure the heck don't want them under the chain. And I'd like to get them that way more. There we go. Get on there. Okay. We're gonna grab this hook right here. And trust me, folks, I don't come up with these ideas literally overnight. This is a whole bunch of thoughts through several days on how to finagle this guy together here. So, okay, now we'll go to the next step. Now, what's going to happen here is we're going to be pushing here. So we're going to generate a turning force. So we got to stop that somehow. So what I got here is a 2x12 board, and we're going to put that between the cutter edge where we got it centered on the rim and the tire right here. So that'll stop the force from this turning so we can push as hard as we want right here. Okay, what we did now is it wanted to lift too much yet, so I tipped the loader bucket down a little bit more. We're going to give it one more shot here, and then we definitely made a little bit of a gain. I would like a little more yet, so give this a shot here yet. Okay, I'm going to reposition. We're going to go up higher. And we're going to go right here. Okay, let's see what it says now. Pretty good here. Okay, all right, let's take a front shot. Okay, tubers, we get the final view here. What do you think? It actually drove out fine the way it was, but I want to show you guys how I hooked that all up to do this procedure. So, hope you find it interesting, and we'll move on to the next item. Tubers, when you're using your Porta-Power, make sure you tighten that quick coupler down all the way, otherwise you get a little bit of a mess in the loader bucket. Not a big deal. And I don't know if you noticed that hole that I used here. There's the same one over here. That's for some forks I made, where I can use this thing like a fork truck. Let's get back to the bike. Now you've seen how the forks were really bent on them other pictures from the crash, so I'm going to show you how I straightened them. And whenever the forks bend on the bikes, I've seen this time and time again, they always bend right up in this area right here. So I'll show you how I straighten them. And tubers, this is what I use to straighten the forks. Like I just showed you here, you can see the marks on my block of wood here. So what I did is I had a block here, and it would press in this area. where I put the puck on here, and then, of course, the fork's back in place. And use the dial indicator, you can tell how good you got them or whatever, but anyway, yeah, they turned out real nice. And if you want the punchline, years ago when I was much younger and did not have such a device, I'd actually lay the forks on the floor and then a third board laying on the top, and I'd use a 12-pound maul to straighten them. Real story, tubers. So anyway, I thought I'd share that one with you. Okie dokie, let's continue. Okay, anyway, what I'm going to show you here is I'll rotate the axle. I'm holding the bar down on the grab bar, and you can see we're pretty good here. I'm going to show you now, the big punch line here is I straightened it already. I'm going to show you how I did it. Now here's how I straighten that. You got to use this device here, and I had a nut upstairs. The threads aren't exact, or the nut don't fit exact, but the threads match, I should word it. And this device here kept attacking it, but let me show you how to jig it here. You got to know that. Now what we have right here, that's my Sharpie mark from the other day where the high point was. So we have the nut on here. And the jack stand is going to support this side right here. Now, if you had a jack stand in dirt, this ain't going to work. I was telling Tommy Martin about this. So anyway, it worked so well, it's something I got to share with you guys. So what I did is I kept hitting the nut right here, and then I kept moving this out farther until you get to the very, almost to the very end. And that's how I straighten the rear axle. So I thought some of you folks might find this handy for your four-wheelers, three-wheelers, whatever you might be driving. And by the way, folks, this didn't get bent from me pushing on the loader bucket. So that's how you fix it. And I'll see if I can include a picture where it's real evident that this took a heck of a shot to the road when that thing flew out of the camper. So I'll see if I include one of them too. Every time I want to film, there's always a train going by. Gotta love it. Look at how straight it is. Very, very good. I'm happy. We're back together. Everything's working like it should. So let's go put this guy away. Take care, tubers. I hope you enjoyed this one. I'd like to catch you back here again if that's possible. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Hey, tubers. I didn't show you a real good picture of that chip on that flashlight mod deal. So I'm trying to get you a little better one here. And anyway, one side of that chip, you're going to have one leg, and the other side you have your two legs, which is your upper one. Take your pick of which leg you want on the upper one. It really don't matter. Guarantee it'll work every time. Thank you.